Kurt Hennig made a career out of being perfect, but according to Natalya, it's not about being perfect now in WWE. It's about being real. But the only problem for Natalya is she is real shit. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And this must be one of the dumbest takes that we have ever seen from a professional wrestler. And trust me, there's been a lot, especially in this new generation with these new wrestlers that just do not really know what they're talking about and come out and spew any garbage like it's a Fog Wrestling video. These guys think they can just come out and shoot the shit and it's going to make perfect sense. Well, nothing makes perfect sense about Natalya, and she claims that she's happy in WWE now because she doesn't need to be perfect. And can you imagine that? Taking a dig at McMahon, claiming that McMahon wanted her to be perfect, and now she's happy that she doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, first of all, how bad is McMahon? A guy that is paying all these wrestlers a lot of money. A guy that is hiring these wrestlers and giving them a chance in his promotion to actually make a name for themselves and to make him money. How dare Mr. McMahon expect them to be perfect and expect them to give 100%. What an evil dictator man that McMahon is.
I tell you what, it really grinds my gears, this, because it can get lost in translation, right? See McMahon, see how, everything needed to be perfect, right? There's not one person on, yeah, Mr. Perfect had a great gimmick, right? But there's not one person out of 8 billion people on Earth that is perfect, does everything right? Right, but not the reality. It's your work ethic and it's the effort you put in and it's how you apply yourself. 110%. That's what you want. How many times we heard Austin here? Doesn't matter if you're me or a fry cook in McDonald's. You fucking want to be the best.
Yes, but I mean, Kurt Hennig made a career and got a character over for being perfect. He didn't get a character over for, oh, you know what? I try 80%, but at least I'm real.
I'm real. That's me.
No, but you know how would that get over?
No, it wouldn't get over. Well, I'll tell you what, it wouldn't get over because there's about 1,000 examples in current wrestling of this shit.
So, for anybody that's wondering what the hell are we talking about, Natalya was on the Ariel Helwani show and she commented on her WWE run. Natalya discussed the regime changing from Vince McMahon to Triple H and TKO. And you guys can guess it, obviously, because McMahon's no longer there. Triple H and TKO are in charge, so I mean, she did what pretty much everybody else does. Bash McMahon and put over Triple H, put over TKO, put over Nick Khan. Basically kissing their ass, praying and hoping that one day they look at Natalya and go, hey, it's your turn to win this worthless Intercontinental Championship.
You look at sports, you look at movies, TV shows, you name it, anything, alright? If you're getting paid a serious amount of money, you are expected to put 110 in, be near perfect. But you know, this ain't you're working at 7-Eleven, right? Or working at Tesco, or working at Asda, etc, etc, etc. These people are paid big ass checks, big ass money. Forget about putting the fries in the bag. You know what I mean? They should be expected to do this. They're expected to make money for the company and earn these contracts. But you know what it is? Fucking guaranteed contracts have killed the business. I will die on that hill.
It's ass kissing as well, though. I alluded to that.
No, well, yeah, ass kissing as well. Like,
Natalya's thinking here, if I say all these nice things, I might get an Intercontinental title run for maybe 2 weeks.
Well, maybe she will, but it's like you look at the state of the women's division, right? They're not getting, they're not getting Royal Rumbles, they're not getting Money in the Bank matches, Hell in a Cell matches, Elimination Chamber matches, etc. That's plenty. They're not getting it based on, their ability. They're getting it just based on the fact the equality. And the fact that they're getting these matches just due to the fact the men have got one, then that's when, we can just put 70%, 80% in. The best women's matches came when they actually had a fucking point to prove, and it's the same with the men. You don't agree with that, though?
Yeah, I mean, I look at Dana White, UFC. I mean, he doesn't put 50% of the women on the card. He doesn't have the same amount of women's main events as he does men. It goes on a who sells more tickets, who puts more, asses in seats, who's got more popularity, who has more pay-per-view buys, who's an attraction, who's a name. Like when Ronda Rousey was there, she was like one of the biggest deals, but not because she was a woman, but because she just drew more than 99.99% of the men. But in WWE, you just don't get that, man. They have to push everyone as equal, and the women are portrayed as equal to the men, and that's the only reason the majority of them have been given so many chances and so many opportunities. But this is what she said on the Ariel Helwani show. She said, quote, "To be brutally honest, growing up in the business with a parent like Jim the Anvil Neidhart, my dad is, he's one of the greatest inspirations in my life. But growing up, my dad lost his job a lot. So for me, I always think subconsciously, even before I ever got to WWE, I always had this fear of like, I have to make everyone happy. I have to please everyone. I have to be the company girl. I have to be everything that my dad wasn't. I have to be perfect. So whatever Vince wants me to do, or whatever, my boss wants me to do, I just do what they want me to do." End of quote. So, they do what you want me to do. Sounds like fucking Vince Russo with his bros, or Tony Khan with his great. Yo, it was great.
McMahon's guilty of this as well, right? But Triple H as well. See, Natalya, she's fucking lucky she's been in WWE for so long, right? It's been like, what, near 20 years, near 2 decades. It's not, here, Taker's got 3 years of destruction. What's this boring bastard got? 2 decades of mediocrity. She should... See if WWE was as cutthroat as it used to be, and like I said, McMahon is guilty for it, right?
Natalya would be gone.
Yeah, she should have been released donkeys ago. No, the only reason she hasn't been is because she's a heart. See if she wasn't Natalya Neidhart and she was just some woman on the roster who was a bit technical but boring as fuck and had a farting gimmick, she wouldn't have seen like 2013, 14. She'd have been gone before that.
It's ironic that her farting gimmick is kind of what got her over the most. Like, I mean, that's when she was most relevant.
But the problem is, this is just WWE in a nutshell. Triple H doesn't want to create any new stars. They want everybody to get lost in the mid-pack. Like, you look, it's like I said with actors, right? You want actors to stick out. You don't want to just be the B-lister, the C-lister. It's the same with any sport. Why do you want to be a guy...
I don't think Natalya's a B-lister. I think she's a lot lower down than that.
Yes, but it's everybody, man. It's even like guys like... It's guys even that you consider like at the top in WWE right now.
Oh, what's that? Hold on. What's that got to do with Triple H not wanting to create any stars? She's fucking shite.
Because it's a parallel.
Nah, you can be
basically
good.
Here you don't need to put any effort in because we want you to all be average and just.
Aye, but hold on. Triple H doesn't want to create any stars, but I mean at least he can turn around and say, there's people in WWE that are half decent that could maybe go somewhere if they wanted to create stars. Let's not pretend that if Triple H wanted, or if WWE wanted to create stars, then Natalya would be the greatest thing ever.
No, but my beef's not with Natalya, it's a generalised thing.
No, my beef is with Natalya, she's fucking shite.
No, I do have a beef with Natalya, but...
No, you're just saying you didn't. No, you're saying, you're making it out as if, Natalya's middle of the pack because WWE don't want to create... No, Natalya's middle of the pack because she's fucking guff. She's gash. You alluded to earlier, she's only there because she's a member of the Hart Foundation. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
About Natalya. It's everyone in WWE. They just want them to be generical. We don't want to create Natalya. I released her about 15
yeah, but
years
there's
ago.
people that have potential to be stars, and then there's people that will never be a star.
Yeah,
like Johnny Gargano.
No.
Will never fucking go anywhere
unless he buys a packet of Magic Stars.
Whereas I look at someone like Grayson Waller who's got something, but they're both gonna amount to nothing. But the difference is, I mean, one of them with the right direction and the right push could maybe do something, and the other guy ain't gonna do shit.
You got nothing.
I mean, look at LA Knight and Nakamura. Two guys are at the same level. Two guys that are feuding over the US title. One of them's got a lot of potential to be the next star of WWE, and the other guy's a fucking nobody that's going nowhere because he can't even cut a promo in English. But I mean, at the end of the day,
me not speak English.
They ain't going anywhere. But it's not LA Knight's fault. WWE don't want to create any stars. They don't know how to create a star now, but that's not LA Knight's fault. You can clearly see he's got more potential than Nakamura.
We see this in like AEW. They don't work house shows, right? And it's like now in WWE we've got guys like Roman Reigns, etc., who don't like Drew McIntyre, Rollins, Punk. They do not work the dates that they would have worked 10 years ago as like top like.
Are you trying to steal a spot, by the way, on the Tony Khan or Vince Russo list with this etc.? You're saying etc. like Tony Khan says great, like Vince Russo says bro.
Well, I've got a word for you. Shite. Point is, the wrestlers are now working less than ever before, right? At a level less than ever before.
Yeah, man.
And they are gaslighting us into fucking believing that they're great.
Mandy Rose claims she works 300 matches a year. The other day, what a load of shit.
I said this in a previous vid. I watched this TikTok, right? And it showed you, like, it was like a comparison of Drew McIntyre, Rollins, and Punk throughout the years. And see their matches last year. I think if you combined it, it was something like 19. But, like, the previous couple of years, with Punk even, like, not wrestling that many in AEW, it was like a couple of hundred. How do you go in the McMahon era to having, like, a couple of hundred matches combined to fucking 19? That's insane.
It's not fair. These wrestlers have got it.
But seeing you actually break it down, right, in 2024, Rollins was world champion, right? And I think he didn't wrestle one match until Mania Night 1. Then he wrestled one on Night 2. Then he went away for months, right? Punk wrestled the Rumble. And then I think his next match was SummerSlam. Alright, injury. But then McIntyre worked fuck all as well. See the fact that 3 of your top guys only worked 19 matches combined? That is insane.
Oh, Seth Rollins, the workhorse champion, it barely worked. Then he got injured for a couple of months and didn't even take the belt off him.
No, it is ridiculous, man. I mean, why, like, Angle in 03 and, like, 04 and Austin in 99, guys with legitimate fucking injuries, like, you know, life-threatening neck injuries, are working, like, quadruple 5 times, 6 times, 7, 10 times the matches of guys that are fit and healthy and on way more bucks than they were.
Well, I mean, we can say Ric Flair talks a lot of shit, but he did genuinely work like 400 matches a year.
Yeah.
You know, the guy was wrestling multiple matches a night.
It's just fucking hypocritical. Oh, I talked about guaranteed contracts, how much they ruined the business. Yeah, you can say what you want, right, about Hall, Nash, WCW, the wee clicks and all that. They actually worked every week.
Yeah, how many matches has, like, a Roman Reigns, for example, worked in the last 3 years?
Yeah.
Probably less than 10.
No, you look at this year, right? Yeah, he's going to be in the triple threat match, right? That's 2 matches this year. I mean, see, by this year's out, Roman Reigns is probably going to be getting, like, a couple of mil on average per match, which is just not right.
And you know what? We need to make a video on Roman Reigns because I'm sick to death of these fucking nut huggers that make it as if this guy is great.
See,
CM Punk and Rollins should be thanking Reigns for saving their feud from getting stale. What? Because the guy came out and hit a spear and moved his fucking jaw and attacked CM Punk because he hugged Paul Heyman like a little fucking bitch and we're supposed to get down and beg and thank him for that? What, thank him for actually showing up for once in the first time in a few months? Not a chance.
See if you're a grown man and when Roman Reigns comes out and you're in the arena or you're in your spare room or your fucking basement and you point up and do the acknowledgement, go fuck yourself.
Point that finger to your head and pull the trigger.
Aye.
Right, anyway, back to Natalya. She says that I have to be the company girl. Says I have to be everything that my dad wasn't. I have to be perfect. Now, you can say that maybe she didn't mean it that way, but she literally said, I have to be everything that my dad wasn't, and then followed it up with the next 5 words, I have to be perfect. Now, she's basically insinuating that her dad wasn't perfect, which he wasn't, but she is stating that she kind of is, or at least she believed she had to be, in order, because she also alluded to the fact that her father got fired and lost his job a lot of times, whereas she's never been fired, she's never lost her job. But again, like you said, that's purely down to the business not being cutthroat anymore. Yep. I mean, back in the day, like Jim Neidhart would lose his job because you had to perform, and him being a Hart back then didn't really mean shit. If Natalya was... If Natalya was working for the WWE or WWF in the 80s and she never had the family that she's got, then she'd have been fired about... Well, I was going to say she'd be fired 10 times. The truth is, she'd be fired once because she wouldn't be hired again. But yeah, and then she
No, but
went.
it's like Austin was fired for WCW. Like, it doesn't fucking mean that anyone in current wrestling who's never been fired for a promotion's better than Austin.
Yeah, that's what Natalia's sort of insinuating there, though.
No, but it's like it goes back to the sport analogy. It's like there's the greatest managers. A few of them have been sacked for their clubs, but that doesn't mean they're worse than somebody who's never been sacked and been a one club fucking donkey at some amateur team.
Right. Then she went on to say, "quote I feel like now, for the first time in my 18 years of being in WWE and having grown up in it, I always felt that's what I was saying earlier. I just always felt like I had to be perfect, especially when Vince McMahon was in charge, like I had to be perfect. I had to show him that I was going to be the exact opposite of what my dad was. I could be so professional, and I could just do everything that everybody wanted, and say all the right things and do all the right things. What I love right now is that Triple H and the powers that be, Nick Khan and our bosses, they're not expecting us to be perfect. They're not. You know, they're letting us be real." End of quote. So again, another dig at her dad there, basically saying that here, I needed to be everything that he wasn't. And then she's saying that Triple H and Nick Khan and their bosses aren't expecting them to be perfect. And that's the fucking problem. You wonder why this show sucks? Natalya basically coming out and saying they don't want us to be perfect. They don't want us to give 100%. They don't want us to be as good as we can be. They just want us to be real. AKA, they want us to go and just have fun and enjoy what they're doing. And I'm calling bullshit on that, right? See, when you go to a job, or if you want to have fun, or you want to be real, like, you can, see, at the end of the day, you can have a job at fucking McDonald's, and this isn't a dig that anybody works at McDonald's, because I work in a shite job as well, like, but anyway, point is, like, you can go to McDonald's, and you can have fun there, and mess around, and be real, and have a good time with your friends and that shit, right? But that ain't gonna get you to where you want to be. That ain't gonna get you to the pinnacle of what you could achieve. See, people that are, like, a lot of people that make it to the top, they're driven, alright? Maybe they don't have fun. See, through their career, maybe they're not, maybe they have to be perfect. Maybe they can't relax and be real and have banter and mess around, see, rather than go in and take a shift and you know, banter with the lads in their work. Maybe they have to go in and put their head down and actually fucking work for the 10 hours. Maybe they have to do overtime. See, to get to the top and see to be the best, you actually have to be determined. You actually have to, you know, commit and be 100%. That's why you see a lot of the McMahon. I mean, guy literally had 2 hours sleep a night, was a workaholic, never stopped, and look at the success he had. Then you look at fucking bums that like maybe sleep all day and have never been driven, never been committed, can never see anything through, and they're just not going to, you know, they're not going to get through anywhere in life. They're not going to be successful in life. Yeah, you can get lucky. You can win the lottery off a ticket and whatnot, or you can inherit money or whatever. But like most people that are successful worked for it. They worked hard for it. They perfected themselves in their craft. They were literally being perfect to achieve what they achieved. Natalya, the reason she she sucks. She's never been good. She's never going to be good. And this pretty much sums it up. Saying that, oh, we don't need to be perfect. We just need to show up and have fun and enjoy what we're doing, and that's good enough for Triple H. Fuck Triple H. I don't care what's good enough for him. It's not good enough for you. It's not good enough for me. It's not good enough for the average fan watching, because the numbers are dwindling. Nobody respects Natalya. I don't give a shit. Oh, you've got cat ears and all this stuff, and I mean, who cares? Oh, you have to be perfect and all this degrading. I mean, fucking your sister fucking takes her clothes off for $20, man, so fuck up. Big Botox face bastard.
Well, I tell you what, I agree with everything you're saying. It's just like, there's no more pedal to the metal.
And
right?
like you said earlier as well, right? You were talking about Sir Alex Ferguson. Now, I'm assuming even you American viewers, I have to assume that you all have heard of Sir Alex Ferguson. He is arguably the greatest football/soccer manager of all time. See, when you hear his players or his teammates or the people that he worked with him, see when you hear them come out and talk about him and the kind of person he was and what the teams were like that he managed, they always came out and said he expected you to give 110%. You had to give everything. You had to be the best, or else he wouldn't stand for it. He would give you the hairdryer treatment. You would be dropped. You would be out. And that's why Sir Alex Ferguson was so successful, because he demanded you to be your best. Fucking Triple H and WWE ain't demanding shit for these people, and that's why it sucks. I mean, it's not rocket science.
No, you're right. No, if you just listen to promos for like the 90s, the 2000s, and you compare it to people now with my guest at this time, Gunther, nipples. But then you compare it to fucking Scott Steiner, roid it to the moon. It's a tragic state of affairs what's happening. No, but it's like, it's the whole pedal to the metal analogy, right? It's no longer cutthroat. It's basically saying, here it's all right. You know, you just go out there and put in a half-arsed defence, and it's all right. You know, it should never be that way. The ratings have never been lower. The interest has never been lower. It gets worse every year, and there's no repercussions. Oh, the 5 people get released every year in the spring cleaning. Wrestling needs a fucking
Look at
reset.
Elon Musk. Went into X and just released like 75% of the staff because they weren't doing shit.
How many times do me and you sit here and say you could release 90% of the roster and nothing would change?
Well, you could.
Yeah.
Well, look, Elon Musk went in and released 75% of X and it got better.
Yeah.
No, like, let's say you have, like, I don't know, let's say you have the same job or whatever. You've got like 2 managers and there's like 20 there's 20 staff, and you split the staff into 2 teams of 10, and you've got one manager that, you know, expects you to be your best, expects you to, you know, have like success and be committed and just perform at a high level and give 100%. Or else, you know, there's going to be consequences, or else you could get a demotion, or you could get you won't get your bonus, or whatever, right? So say you've got that on Team A, and then you've got Team B, who's maybe, you know, a more laid back guy who you maybe don't respect, and a guy that doesn't expect you to be brilliant, a guy that doesn't expect you to do your best, or a guy that doesn't expect you to, you know, deliver the best results. And he's like, you know, you don't need to be great. You don't need to achieve 100% success here. Just come in and have fun and you know, what team? And let's say that's Team B. Like, what team's going to perform better?
Of course, yeah.
I don't give a shit. You could argue, oh well, Team B is going to be happier because they don't have a slave they don't have a slave demanding boss. It's not about that. It's about what team would achieve better results.
It is basically the analogy about here. It's like the whole gimmick where everybody gets a prize. That's what it's like.
You could literally say the same thing about parents. See the more stricter parents you have, and the more like committed parents, and you're more likely to grow up and be more disciplined, and you're more likely to grow up and achieve stuff.
Yep.
If you have parents that are like demanding you to do it, see if you have parents that don't give a shit. It's like, you didn't go to school today, who cares? You didn't do this, you didn't tidy your room, or you know, then you're probably going to grow up and you're not going to have the level of commitment and the discipline that you would have had if you had you know, parents that were demanding that from you. And it's the same thing with bosses, same thing with managers.
You know,
no, but like, fuck me, I would like to think in a Super Bowl final, let's the candidate, I'd like to think Andy Reid's expecting the Chiefs to be perfect.
No, I know.
Guys, just go out and have fun. Who cares if you lose the Super Bowl? You don't need to be perfect.
It's crap, man. What is there to say about it?
But I don't disbelieve what Natalia's saying for a second. See if Triple H believed in perfection, he'd look at fucking DIY picking up 63,000 views on YouTube in over 3 days, and he'd be like, right, they can never be on TV again.
We've said it every week for years that how can these guys who continuously kill the quarters and get no views on YouTube continuously be on the show?
100%.
No, it's like people. Oh, the Mean Street Posse. Oh, the fucking the Stooges, the Oddities. See, if you actually look at some of they're in some of the highest quarters of all time.
Yo, let's say Fog Wrestling were branching out, and we're like, we're like the NWO. The outside, we need a third guy, and we bring in a third guy. We bring in Billy Joe.
Billy Joe, how you doing, Billy?
Billy Joe, nice to meet you. We're looking forward to working with you for the foreseeable future. We're gonna have a long partnership. Billy Joe comes in, and we do the Raw review, and first week the viewers have dipped by 50%. We're like, oh fuck, what's happened there? And why are we doing 50% in viewers? And you know what? We'll see what happens next week. And then the next week you're doing maybe another 50%. You're like, holy crap! Wait, we went from, let's say, 500 viewers to 250 viewers, down to 125 viewers, and then the following week you're doing again, and then week 4, Billy Joe phones in sick, and you go back up to 500. And, we're going to be sitting here thinking, you know what? This Billy Joe guy's not that good. This Billy Joe guy's killing the fuse. This Billy Joe guy has got to go. But see in WWE, that shit doesn't work. DIY, you can come out every week and drop the fucking ball, or maybe Triple H wish he would drop the soap. I don't know.
There's no repercussions.
But it doesn't matter. It's like everyone's got their own wee spot. You can be shite. Look at Nia Jax. How many times have we seen her have? Oh, she's been great this year. Why are you putting her on our flop list?
How many times?
Did you see Brawl Games or
how many War Games? How many times have we heard in the past? Or he got fired, or he gets sent back down to developmental for a few years. Nothing like that now.
Yeah, that happened all the time. Some guy would appear on TV, more likely SmackDown because it was a taped show, and after a month you wouldn't see him again. You're like, well, he didn't cut the mustard. That's him being sent back down to OVW. See with wrestlers now, man, they don't cut the mustard for weeks, months, years,
decades.
And it's still there.
It's like we could fucking rant all day in this, but everything's stagnant, man. You see, for like a decade now, you've had guys like Rollins, Seth frickin' Rollins, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, throw in Roman Reigns in there, right? Guys like that, they've pretty much been at the top of WWE, yes or no, and they've overseen the ratings fucking nosedive.
Yeah, no, 100%. I just don't see why she's coming in. Oh, imagine being your boss demanding you to do stuff, and your boss asking you to achieve results.
The crazy thing is, though, right? See with Roman Reigns, they have purposely made him like quarter time. It's not like they've got this acquisition and went, oh fuck, we can only afford him a couple of times a year, so this is what we'll do. Like Brock Lesnar sort of thing. Brock did not want to fucking be there. Roman Reigns was there full time, and then McMahon, he was never really part time under McMahon, wasn't he? Not, he was kind of always there. It's under Triple H, man. It got turned up to 1,000.
But you know what? I think you can argue everybody's kind of part time under Triple H.
No, they are.
People miss shows for no reason whatsoever, and then they come back after 2 weeks and it's labelled a return.
Yep.
You know what? I wish WWE would return to being good. How about that?
It can't though. It's never will.
How about those apples?
Well, those apples are away. Those apples are gone. And Natalia fucking sucks. There's no two ways about it. Natalia being in the last 18 years of wrestling sums it up.
No, but just think of people at the top of the fucking game. They demanded perfection. They want it to be perfect. That's not abnormal to be successful and want to be perfect.
No, but if you look at the Attitude Era, right? What company towards the end was half-assing it, and what company was full steam ahead, and who won?
Yeah. And what company had the committed roster, and what company had the roster where it's like, don't work for me, brother.
Yeah.
And everybody for themselves.
And that's it. You know what I mean? Repeating the same thing over and over again is the definition of insanity.
Imagine if you had this version of Triple H running the WWF though.
I seen a podcast the other day with Joe Weller, and he said like he was at Mania like 10 years ago, and Triple H kicked him at the hotel. He didn't want any YouTubers in there. How fucking times have changed.
Triple H would say, "Nah, come on in, you can stream."
You can fucking bend over for my nose, sort of shite. Is what it is. Natalia sucks, folks. That's us wrapping it up. Till next time. Peace.